I heard a rumor.
Rumor has it.
There's a
only one.
Thank you, Adele. I heard a rumor that we're getting a Nintendo Direct next week. And not only that, it is, quote, Zelda heavy. Question from faithful listener of the show and one half of the Game Pass dads. That's not the name of their show, but they're dads.
Game Pass News?
Yeah. Question from one half of Game Pass News. Nintendo, he says, do you guys think this Zelda heavy direct comes true? Was this Zelda stuff meant for the anniversary and just missed the date? I'm not going to you first, Justin, because you're going to do numbers and business and blah, blah, blah. I want to know what Jesse thinks.
I think if it is Zelda heavy, the fact that it missed the anniversary because of delays due to the Fire Nation attacking is very possible. Though I think if there is a direct, at least I'm hoping it isn't primarily Zelda. I want to hear other things too. Like if Zelda heavy means a quarter of it, then sure. But I don't want it a half, depending on how long this thing is. But presuming it's a 25-minute presentation, I'm hoping Zelda is still less than 10 minutes.
Okay. Tim, what say you? Is this
I heard this
real?
I heard this is both Zelda heavy and their Metroid trilogy is coming. So I think this is.
You say that about every direct, though.
No, I don't say this. Everybody else is saying that.
It's Metroid time.
Everybody else has been saying that. So, and I'm not going to believe it until I see any of this.
Okay.
This is ridiculous, people. Every time there's a slow time Nintendo Directs come out, or don't come out, then it's like, oh, they're ramping up for this or that, and it's Zelda or Metroid. Metroid Prime trilogy, in fact, is what that was added to. And then the Zelda heavy stuff, meaning that we're going to get the Twilight Princess and the Wind Wakers and other things, so. And I even thought somebody was trying to put a claim, trying to push Nintendo, saying they hope it's Four Swords, which I don't blame them. I think it would be great an SO thing if they did a Four Swords thing. But to be frank, I don't care. I would just want to direct, and then we'll see what happens. Tired of all this stupid Zelda heavy Metroid. Stop it.
Yeah. Justin, you're over there making faces, so I want to know. We're coming to you.
Yeah,
what do you think?
So I think a couple things. So since 2017, Nintendo every single year has released a Legend of Zelda game. Every single year, they've released a Legend of Zelda game on the Nintendo Switch. They will not leave 2022 without a Legend of Zelda game coming to the Nintendo Switch. I believe you will see the elusive Wind Waker Twilight Princess. I was assuming they would probably be separate games. The rumor right now is that it is a 2-on cart or bundle on. So I think they're going to do that. And then I think what we're going to end the direct with is the director of Breath of the Wild 2 coming out and saying, we'd like to show you today a clip of a new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. Please enjoy. And we are going to get a title for what it is actually called, as opposed to Breath of the Wild 2, right? And
the sequel to The Legend of Zelda.
Sequel to. We are going to get a really good look at it. And then the last thing we're going to get is like a March 17th, 2023. And that is a big flag stamp or whatever that they're going to put in the ground on it. I think that's really critical. I think they need.
I'm sorry you're sucked into all this, Justin, too. I'm sorry.
When he said that date,
super cynical tonight. This is
when he said that date. The first thing I thought of is he missing his time in Ireland?
Why?
March 17th.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, good call. I'm going to be honest. I just picked that date right now. What I'm just saying is we are going to get a release date for it.
See, it was subconscious.
Yeah, it's subconscious, and put the date down on it. I think that's going to be critical for them. So I think it's going to be very heavy, Legend of Zelda. So by heavy, we're going to see those two things. I think in the direct, like if I was to look at my crystal ball, I think a couple of the things that I see actually being mentioned here in the chat here as well from Ninfrendo. We are going to get a date for Advanced Wars. We'll see that in calendar year 2023 somewhere. Probably I'm going to suspect February. We're going to have not a one last thing, but a surprise announcement that Tunic will be coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of September.
I can get behind.
And you're also going to see that Inscription is also coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2022
oh my gosh.
as well. You're also going to get a sneak peek at a new Donkey Kong game. And you will also, that will be slated for 2023. And then you're going to get the elusive Metroid Prime, not trilogy, but Metroid Prime remake that's being shown off as well. That will be coming out in December. Yes, Tunic will be the same day as the PlayStation, September 27th.
So do you think that this is the date that's being thrown around for this direct is, I believe,
12th, September 12th?
The 12th?
Yeah.
So the 12th is
Tuesday.
A Tuesday. That's usually a direct day.
Well, 12th is a Monday.
12th is Monday. I apologize.
12th is a Monday. That's not usually a direct day.
No,
I support some of that and believe some of that will happen, but definitely not all of that.
Yeah, so I believe here's the thing is that they have done it before the Tokyo Game Show. Tokyo Game Show starts on, I believe it's the 15th of September. So they're not going to put on that date because of the fact that also traditionally Tokyo Game Show has games that have been announced in the Nintendo Direct shown there. So they use that as a bit of a vehicle. I don't think they're gonna put it out next week. And the reason being is their PR beat and their communication has to be around Splatoon 3, right? That's where they're going to spend their energy next week is Splatoon 3, Splatoon 3, Splatoon 3.
Get that out the door.
They don't
want to compete with Apple's iPhone 14.
Because then after that, if you really think about it, what does Nintendo actually produced, created, built, not third-partied, whose IP? What does Nintendo have in the chamber now? Nothing. Bayonetta is not Nintendo owned, right? It's owned by Platinum. Pokemon is not owned by Nintendo; it's their own, right? Or the Pokemon company. So what is Nintendo?
I think Sega still has some sort of licensing with.
Yeah, what is Nintendo owned IP properties that we actually know and have a date for? We have nothing after Splatoon 3. So there is a large amount of space that Nintendo needs to begin to have a conversation to tell us why we need to be excited. And they're going to give us about a 6-month roadmap to get us hyped as we move into that space. And again,
I agree with all that, except that it's not specific to Zelda and Metroid. We've been burned too many times because of people saying it's going to be Zelda, it's going to be Metroid. It's something else completely. Now, Donkey Kong, possibly. I could see that one. Like some of those things you're saying, I can agree with. I just can't get behind the Zelda and Metroid. If it happens, great. I'm wrong. I'll eat crow, whatever. But I've been burned too many times. That's why I'm like, I can't accept the fact that they're going to do a Zelda heavy direct. Maybe something Zelda might come about in it. Maybe one of those games might come about. But there's a lot of stuff you just mentioned there that sounds more like an E3 than it does September Direct to me. And even E3 was a letdown because we didn't get an E3.
But I don't think Nintendo gives a damn about E3 anymore.
Right.
So if they want to set their marker every 6 months, they can do that.
Yeah.
Right. And so I mean the last primary direct we got from them was February.
No.
Okay.
I thought it was May or just not before that. No, was it February? Wow.
I thought the last big Nintendo direct
last big one
was February. I could be wrong.
Okay, no,
right? Because if it was May, we'd all be like, "Well, what are you doing in E3?" Which was
that's
nothing.
right because they had the partner one, and then they had
they've had a lot of other weird
look.
ones.
I'll go look. There was a partner showcase, 628. There was the last big Nintendo Direct, the 9th of February.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
the funny thing about that one,
Y'all, look,
this is going around Twitter Monday. Monday evening, if you Googled Nintendo Direct, one of the first matches was a link to. Justin's laughing. I think he knows where this is going.
Yeah.
There was a link to the 2.9.2022 presentation, but Google put in 4 days, reading it like the rest of the world reads dates.
Except for our good friends across the pond.
The 2nd of September, which would have been today or tomorrow. But of course, yeah, and actually, I saw that the first time I saw that, I'm like, oh, interesting. Until I looked at it and like, oh yeah, that really is the presentation from February.
So of note in this direct, the big one back on the 9th of February, we had revealed up first Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes and Mario Strikers Battle League, which are both out. Salmon Run from Splatoon 3 was shown for the first time. Mouthful mode was shown off for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which has since launched. Nintendo Switch Sports was revealed. It has since launched. Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass has come out and launched. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced and has since launched. But Advance Wars also announced, but not here. No Man's Sky just got a release date this week. I believe it's October 8th or somewhere around in there.
Yep.
RPG Front Mission, still not available. Disney Speedstorm, still not available. Chrono Cross has come out. MLB The Show 22 has come out. Portal Collection has come out. Live Alive has come out. Taiko Natsujin Rhythm Festival, is that out? I don't know.
I don't think I saw that.
And then they had a couple of sizzle reels. So it's a pretty big direct. But as Justin said, what's in the chamber? Because almost all this stuff out. It's over. It's done. And they've not missed with a September direct since the Switch's launch.
Yeah. So
here's September.
Here's the $100 question. What is Nintendo teams work? What are the Nintendo teams working on?
I'm glad you asked that, because a new rumor just popped up tonight that a brand new Mario 2D game is very close to completion, which tracks with the fact that the brand new Super Mario Brothers movie was set to be released this year.
I believe that was somebody's prediction, right?
And I did predict.
I think I said 3D.
I predicted a brand new Mario game.
I said 2D.
I said 4D.
I said 1D. So I beat you all. Anyway,
fair play.
I don't know that they said that they didn't know that the game, the rumor basically says they don't know that the game is going to launch this year. It could be on slate for early 2023, which tracks with the release date of the movie, or 2024. But here's the crazy thing that the rumor also mentioned, that it will feature the return of the title character or the playable character from Wrecking Crew, which is an old
wasn't the
NES
playable
game.
character Mario?
Wow.
Yeah, but this would be the way they talked about it. It was almost like it was going to be a separate character from Mario. Now, here's the deal. That's a pretty baseless rumor, except for the fact of, wouldn't it be cool, or wouldn't it be just like Nintendo to have all of these Mario cameos in the Mario movie?
Oh, we know that
for sure.
Spike is a character in the movie.
Right.
Not the reptile that throws the spike balls, but the Wrecking Crew boss. Both named Spike.
Okay. There you go.
You did not know that?
No,
seem
I thought
surprised.
he was Spike,
There it is.
the lizard.
No, this was Wrecking Crew boss Spike.
Okay. Well, guys, we may have cracked the code. There you go. You're welcome. Whatever it is, Justin, just rumors aside, I do think they're working on a new Mario game, we haven't had a brand new Mario game since 2017. So they're going to want to capitalize on the movie. That's number one. We know they're working on Breath of the Wild 2. That's two. It would not surprise me if you're exactly right about a new Donkey Kong game. We heard rumors about that last year. We thought that we would see it during that earlier direct in February. We did not. So it may be there. I don't think we're going to see Mario Kart. I think we'll see more Mario Kart tracks, but not like a new Mario Kart. And then there's probably something that they're working on that's totally out of the blue because that's just Nintendo.
Yeah.
Whatever obscure franchise or brand new idea that you want to think of, it would not surprise me if they're like, they spend 20 minutes talking about the brand new Sushi Strikers 2 that's coming to Nintendo Switch.
Princess Peach Warriors.
Yep.
I'd be fine with that. I would be
100% that makes
more
sense.
than okay with that. I'm telling you, Mario in a Warriors format, they are missing the boat. Let's do it.
So that is, like I said, that's the question, is what are they working on? And after Splatoon, and so that's why I really think it is a blowout, because they have so much to talk about. They've had so much sitting in those chambers that they're ready and they're pacing. Again, a couple things. Right. Here's what we know to be true. Breath of the Wild is not coming out in 2022. They've come to the mat and said that. We also know that they have not missed a year since the Switch was released where a Zelda game was not released. So when you start to put those pieces together, you can start to say, okay, now we can see a pattern, and that's been a big thing for them. So
don't get me wrong, I agree with those patterns, and I agree that's probably going to be something Zelda published. Yeah. But you put a lot of stuff out there.
Oh, for sure.
On this blowout. So
I'm a dreamer.
And it's like dreamer. I've been burned too many times by those same types of dreams where I know low expectations, high whatever, but
high hopes.
High hopes,
low expectations.
I say these things with a level of stupidity and confidence, and everyone's like, "Oh, he knows something." I know nothing.
Your uncle.
But I believe, and here's the deal: I also believe that they could do absolutely nothing and be like, "Oh, well, that sounds about right."
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna like shoot my shot and I'm gonna like hang my star on something crazy, yeah, let's give her, because we haven't been able to have crazy, ridiculous E3 predictions, and it's all pent up in me, like it's energy, and I'm like, yeah, give it to me, give it all to me.
And I guess
that's what I want.
My thing is just probably just burned too many times by my hopes and dreams of those same things.
Sure.
I'm gonna cry.
Tim's just done. Tim is like,
oh, you can tell in Tim's voice. He's like, I am so done with you.
He's burnt. He's had a week. There's no, this is like shattered glass, Tim. This is like all reality. This is Mitt. This is who this is. It's his evil twin.
Mitt. Love all
I would try to say your last name backwards, but it's impossible. I'd have to have it written out in front of me.
Right.
Hoffa. I don't know.
Now
we're not doing it.
Flua.
We're not doing it. All right.
Well, who was my alter ego? Was it Eric?
Eric.
Yeah, Eric. You don't even. It's not even your name backwards. It's they named you. It's Eric Von Autismal Sandwiches.
I did create a Twitter account with Eric.
Yes.
That the avatar is the photographic negative of my avatar at the time.
Yes.
And I think the handle was Laugher backwards.
Yeah.
Raffle.
I've been burned too many times by these things and disappointed by Nintendo, what they've been doing lately. And I think that's where my head is at. And I would love for them to come back with everything like that, or even half of what Justin said. I would love them to come back with. And we'll see if we do get a direct this month. And I agree with what All In Podcast said earlier, is they want to reset expectations with their communications. It sounds like I agree with that. And I want to see what's going to happen. So and I'm open to it. It's just I guess I'm just kind of getting myself back down to the low expectations part, or so I'm just like getting the low bar, going in like Jesse does. He doesn't expect anything, and then when he gets something that's exciting, it's actually exciting. So,
and that's okay. That's okay. We're all allowed to have those things, So,
Right.
Yeah.
So Justin rattled off a bunch of predictions. Tim, did you have any that you haven't already shared? Because I have a small list.
I'll come back to you on that. Go ahead and share your list.
Okay. So I said there will be a new Zelda collection announced for the Nintendo Switch released this fall. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons into
Ooh.
Link's Awakening style. No code will be needed to be entered into one game received from the other. The save states will handle that for you. So that'll be a twist.
I'm down for that.
That'll be a twist
yes.
that I don't think anyone would like. If
Yes.
people are wanting Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and if they get a bundle that isn't that, they're going to be upset. So I had fun with that one.
I sometimes love your just boldness, right? Like everyone's like Wind Waker and Twilight. You're like Minish Cap, bitches. It's like, all right.
All right.
4 swords. All right.
GameCube games will to be released on NSO Plus expansion pack.
Get out of here. You're
A
drunk.
wireless GameCube controller will be announced with it. They will also re-release the GameCube controller adapter, but this model gives you the option to connect via Bluetooth.
They're
Why
not
would
doing
you need to do
GameCube.
that?
What?
Why would you need to do that?
Because they already have GameCube adapters that's USB, which will work with the Switch. It's been released once already. Which was
But if there's a wireless Bluetooth controller, why would you need a Bluetooth adapter?
But for people who still have the legacy controllers,
Oh, okay. So you plug it in and the adapter would make them wireless.
yeah,
8-bit
Sorry,
do
I
makes
wasn't
that,
following you. Okay.
8-bit do actually makes that already.
Well, Nintendo likes to take things that people have made
It's
for
true.
their systems and just silently
Maybe they
integrate. It's like, oh,
Maybe they partner with
thanks
them.
for making that Bluetooth dongle for earphones there. How about we it'd be a shame if we integrated it into our next system update.
You're real rough and we just turned the switch on that one, wouldn't it?
And then
You
my last
son of-
prediction is no matter what we predict, we will be wrong because Nintendo will Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Oh, I
Nintendo.
love that one. I love that one. I like my prediction was Zelda. I mean, it's more Zelda. I think it's time for Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. It's really the only place they can go without doing the mobile, unless they just go Goblin mode and do Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. How could you do that? I don't know.
You
But
need a
it's like-
microphone.
The Zelda game, they did, people were like, well, how are you going to do Skyward Sword? And then, well, they found a way. So maybe they'll find a way to do the others. I don't know.
They'll put out a Famicom controller with a microphone and then USB that into the Switch dock.
No.
And they'll
No.
duct tape it all together.
All right, I got my predictions.
My other predictions was my one other prediction was this was Game Boy games on Nintendo Switch Online.
Yep. Excellent.
I'm trying to show my Famicom controller, but the cord's so damn small I can't even reach the camera. But I'm holding Famicom Player 2, if you believe me. It's the one with the microphone.
I hear you pushing the buttons. So
Yes. All right. So here's my predictions, my dreamer predictions here. You guys ready?
Yep.
The N64 GoldenEye and Perfect Dark games will be announced.
Don't be teasing me, Ricky Bobby.
A 2D Mario game will be announced. A Metroid game will be announced.
That's generic.
Yep.
these are like Justin's end of the year predictions. I
Y'all
mean,
bust my balls, but I win. Tim has been kneeling at the feet of the champion and watching how
I've learned from the master.
Yeah.
Nintendo will release a game.
Game Boy games coming to NSO, like you said there, Marty.
All right.
A another third-party gaming system will be appear on the NSO expansion pack.
See, so here's the interesting thing,
TurboGrafx.
I kind of want to ask people this question because Tim is really leaning into the NSO component of here. The NSO next payment that we have to make for it is like November, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think they are going to actually like give us something new to really show value, or are they like, no,
Yes.
we're good here? Is that your belief there, Tim? Is they're going to show it to us now?
They're going to show us all that stuff that they're going to come out
and
with.
It all comes out in like the week of your renewal.
It's
This
something
Game
like
Boy is coming November 2nd, and you're like, you son of a bee.
I can't believe
when that bill
because-
comes, I am not going to be happy because that's going to sting.
Yeah, I kind of believe that because honestly, what was the president Furukawa? Didn't he not say that one of the goals for like this next little bit was to figure out how to increase the value of NSO?
Yeah.
Well, you increase the value by adding things to it. Now, you do realize that the DLC for Splatoon 3, which is inevitably coming, will be part of NSO.
So, well, here's the thing. So
One of
here's my
those
question.
DLCs.
Why isn't the DLC for Xenoblade 3 as part of that packet?
Platinum
Monolith.
or Monolith. Monolith could say no.
And it can always come later down the road too.
Oh, yeah, they wanna sell it.
How angry is that people? I just bought it. Well, I guess
Look,
it's kind of like, well, you got
here's
early
the deal.
access.
You know why? Here's why. Because you let the initial excitement about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 cool off.
Yeah.
And then you announce the DLC is coming to NSO, and then you get more sales of the original title.
Yeah, and they did it with the Splatoon 2 expansion, right? That was part of the DLC. So the other thing, this goes along with I just said a new or remake of 2D Zelda game released this year, going along with kind of what Jesse said and kind of going along with what we were talking about before about a Four Swords, which also could link to NSO, no pun intended. Because I think a really good idea is to make a Four Swords NSO game kind of along the lines of what some of the other games. It's a little bit different. It's not, Tetris 99 or Pac-Man 99 or anything like that for NSO. It would be a Four Swords for NSO. I think would be really cool.
That would be cool.
But if they just did Four Swords remake too, I would be happy with that. And then the two more. A new Nintendogs game releases as announced.
Some of y'all are fiending for Nintendo.
And-
I've seen this like in a lot of places.
And
do we really want another Nintendogs game?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Marty.
We might not, but other people.
No. How well did Animal Crossing sell?
Oh,
It's that soft blue ocean strategy of adorable, easy access things. They'd sell really well on it.
Yes. And the last thing,
because it's all about the money.
EA Play will be available on the Nintendo Switch,
get
and
outta here,
NHL
Tim.
Rewind 94 will be included.
Get out of here, Tim.
Wow. Yeah,
Please,
I like this one from Nintendo. Beer tasting simulator with a breathalyzer pack-in.
Nice. Did you guys see the beer simulators coming out soon?
Yes.
Yeah, I've already got one of our team or community members already on docket for that one.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
That sounded ominous. It's not me either.
No, I know exactly who you probably.
Okay, I was like, why you gotta be like that?
I bet you did, because we all know who. We got a couple of beer fanatics in there.
Yeah, I was like, you're just so.
But guys, that is quite a lot more talked about a rumor than I thought we would have.